This is the video for the data option for the headlines game. I'm going to click on data in the red stripe. Here we see the global registers, and we see one of them's changing. We see the main registers. We see the sub-registers and local registers for subprogram 1. That's the one that's marked down here. Next we have the variables, like the game number here it says is 0, one's game number is 0, task is 1, equally likely is 5, background color is 2, but the answer background color is option 0, the fill type is 2, but the answer fill type is 4, and so for the options, the dual colors, the TAW, and the answer TAW, the movement option value 2, but the answer movement option is 1, and the extra is 2, but the answer extra is 3. And then we have show answer is 0, so it's not to show the answer. Here we have one that's marked unused. Here we have the tall value and the wide value, and if we wait a while we'll see that the wide value all of a sudden changes. Then we have the tall wide value together. Then we have the cycle counter that we know goes from 0 to 79. And then we have the X jump, which is how far X changes when the letters are moving from the left to the right. Now we're going to go to the work list. We have the pattern. Well, that's the list where all the patterns of all the letters are. The sub canvas, that's to mark the sub canvas so that the motion colors only appear at that area. Then we have the pat poly. That's the pattern for doing the polygons. We have the pick values. Well, there's a lot of values in there for colors and also for picture numbers. Then we have the pat TAW, where it has to change the pattern before it actually shows it by the TAW amount. We have the hold X value and the whole R values. We have a pattern 8 and a pattern 9. We have the actual X and R values that are used so it can save them in these lists. We have the stop maximum for X, which is for each letter. When it's moving from the left to the right, it has to stop at its position. So this list knows what position it's to stop at. Then we have a sub pattern. Then we have the dot X and Y, which were used to draw the lines for the horizontal and vertical motion of colors. Then we have the pick values for Y, which told it where to put the brown boxes inside the green boxes to show which option was selected. Then we have a flash pattern that was used for these here R, S, and Y, which was what? That was jitter, inflate, and Y was bounce. Alright, then we have the answer index, which we remember the answers, and then we have the blink allowed and the blink. Tell it when it's allowed to blink. Alright, and then we're going to go over here. We're going to look at some of the app lists, because there's some data in list A. Going to click on list A. Here's values that are in list A. There are also some values in list B, and there are also values in list C. The reason these values are in these lists is so they'll be saved with the program, because it needs it when the program runs. Alright, we're also going to look at one of the app pages, and that's app page A. In app page A, it first starts off, it says this heading, headlines, is 690 is its color, and there's its text. Then there's game number text, and there's toggle the frames on and off text, the toggle the answer on and off text, and we have they match. And down below here, though, we have all the options. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 options. However, the text here isn't ever used, because when you decide which fill style to use, it switches down here to these options. Now we return. Alright, now we've looked at most of the data we need to see. One other thing to look at is the click areas. I'm going to click on that. Click area 1 is where the number of the game is entered. Click area 2 is where it toggled the answer on and off. Click number 7 was where it toggled the YouTubes on and off. And down below here, this shows where all the green boxes are. The first one's click number 10, down to the last one, which is click number 15. Alright, that's the information we're going to have in this video about the data option for the Headlines game.